Hey guys, Hecon's here with another World of Warcraft video. Welcome back to the weekly series where we take a look at a few mailboxes, talk about World of Warcraft gold making, and answer questions that you guys had for me from last week's video. Had some really nice sales this week, and I'm pretty excited to share those with you guys today. So on this round I had two sales that stood out, so I saved those from over the weekend. Ended up selling one of the Tapper of the Lightbringers for 190k. Actually picked up 4 of these for between 50 and 56k. I reset it to 200 and managed to get one sale, so that pretty much paid for the reset, and I have 3 others to sell as well. The prices on these are actually back down to around 100k on my realm, so if they drop down to like 50 again, I'll probably do another reset. And then I also sold a stack of 20 Abyssal Fragments for 380k, 400k before the auction house cut, so 20k each, which is really nice. I've been picking these up for under 5k. I do sell singles on my other banker, and then I think I actually mentioned this banker in one of my other videos, but she's been listing these stacks of 20 at 400 for a while now, and managed to sell one for 400k. The singles are selling for between usually like 5 to 10k, so just being able to list these in a nice stack of 20, managed to get way more than I would by listing the singles by themselves. Pretty nice sale. So in this round I'm doing a lot of the same as in the previous videos, selling Darkmoon decks as well as the ring and weapon enchants at a nice profit. I did manage to pick up a couple of the BOEs, Emil Tun's shot throwers for, I think they were like 1500 gold or 2000 gold or something ridiculous, so I bought those out and managed to flip one for 11k. I also sold one under 10k earlier today, so I bought that out, and I'm trying to sell those for, I think like 40 or 50k now. Hopefully I can sell one and make a nice profit on the others. I ended up selling one of the shields, 340 shields for 6k. And then I did actually get into Alchemy this week and had some really nice sales. Getting around 600 to 700 gold for the flasks. And then on page 2 you might see some of my potion sales. I think I sold a bunch at like 550 gold. Crafting cost on my realm is around like 300 gold with the rank 3 proc, so pretty close to doubling my gold on those. And then I did buy a bunch of the Tide Spray Linen at around 3 gold each. You can see stacks of 200 at 608 gold. Using these to shuffle for Expulsum as well as the enchanting mats. The Veiled Crystals were around 600 gold last week, so it's much cheaper to shuffle my own. Remember that you can use the Expulsum to craft you want to have at least rank 2 for the item level 310 bracers. And then you can disenchant those for Veiled Crystals. And yeah, if you pick up Tide Spray Linen at 3 gold, it's going to be 30 gold per bracer. It's around 6 bracers, 6.5 bracers to get 1 Expulsum, so now you can do 30 times 6.5. And then that'll give you the cost of Expulsum. You want to scrap those on your leatherworker, and then have your leatherworker craft the rank 2 or rank 3 item level 310 bracers, and you should be able to get some really nice Veiled Crystals for really cheap. I think Samadon and Bragvids made a video about it. Not going to go over the shuffle, but did save these Tide Spray Linen purchases to talk about it a bit. So I'm going to loot these and then we'll look at page 2. So here's page 2. You can see that I've been able to sell the Battle Potions of Intellect for around 500 gold each. The crafting cost on these is around like 300 gold with the rank 3, so making around 200 gold profit per Battle Potion. I did buy 2 stacks of 20 of the Flask of the Undertow. Someone had made a mistake listing these and had posted them at half price, so I just bought those 2 out, relisted at a little over 13k, and managed to sell both of those stacks. Really easy way to double up my gold. And then I did a similar thing with the Warhide, or War Beast Hide Cinch rather. It's one of the new raid BOEs. I saw there were 3 listed at around 10k, and then the next highest was around 32k I guess, so I bought the 3 at 10k and listed those at, guess it'd be like 33k, and managed to get one sale, and got a little under 31k after the auction house cut, so really happy about that flip, and I still have 2 others to sell. And that's the item level, I think 385. These would have been the normal version. More flask sales at around 700 gold. A stack of 20 flask currents for 11.4k. Endless fathoms for 13.3k. So a little over 650 gold per flask, which is really nice. I think the potions on my realm are a lot more profitable, but the flasks are still profitable with the rank 3, so helps to list everything. More enchant sales. And then here's the big sales, the Battle Potion of Intellect. Stacks with 20 for a little under 11k after the auction house cut. I remember I'm making around 200 gold profit on each of these, so 4k profit per stack. 12k for these 3 stacks, so doesn't seem like much, but it does add up. And then more Darkmoon deck and enchant sales on this page. Still selling these 340s as well, so does help to list those as well. 4.8k for the Satin Cloak. And I think I have the rank 3 for the Satin Cloaks on my tailor, so quite profitable. Only a little over 250,000 gold on this page, but pretty happy with these sales, so why don't we go over your questions from last week. So the first question this week comes from Rem, who asked, is alchemy worth getting into? I see that you don't really do much alchemy, but since it's so expensive to even start or get into, I'm thinking less people, yet there is always demand for potions. If so, how would you tackle alchemy? Prep from a low pop type of server where map prices are generally higher. Edit. I prefer to do alchemy than other professions, as I enjoy being able to make my own potions and not have to go to the auction house all the time when inside a raid. So I think the biggest barrier to entry for alchemy is getting the rank 3. Remember that you get 40% more from your crafts if you have rank 3, so it's kind of a big deal if you're trying to make gold with it. I unfortunately don't have rank 3 on my alchemist, so that just means talking to one of my guildies and having them do the potions and flasks for me. If the prices of the mats are too expensive on your realm, then just don't craft that item. You can wait for the prices to go down. There's a lot of flasks and a lot of potions to choose from, so just pick the ones that are going to be profitable. Start with those, and then hopefully the map prices come down, or you can even go out and farm your own herbs. And yeah, that's how I would probably approach alchemy on a low pop. And all of the realms that I play on are low pop, so seems to work out pretty well for me. So the next question comes from Nicholas, who asked, hello, great as always. I got a question about enchanting. I see you have a lot of sales from enchanting. I wonder, do you only have enchanting on your main realm where you have rank 3 on everything? Or is it possible to make a nice profit even without rank 3 on some of the servers you are active on? So speaking from personal experience, it's definitely possible to make a nice profit with enchanting even without having the rank 3s. On my main alliance realm, my main happens to be my enchanter, so I do have all my rank 3s unlocked on her. However, on my main horde realms, I don't have any of the rank 3s, and those enchanters are always crafting using the rank 2s, and still managing to make a nice profit off those enchants. Definitely check the numbers on your realms. However, I think on average, going from rank 2 to rank 3 saves you around 20% mats, so you will be able to enjoy larger margins larger profits, but it's definitely doable even with rank 2. So the last question this week comes from Massimo Belloni, who asked, do you have some pastebin groups and operations for TSM4? So I don't have a TSM profile that I share publicly. I've made all of my TSM groups and operations from scratch, and they're very specific to each account and what that account is doing. It likely wouldn't be very helpful to many people if I shared it. I'd highly recommend learning TSM well enough to set up your own groups and operations, which are catered to your own realm. And this way you'll know what the operation is doing, and if you run into any problems, you'll be able to fix them. If you don't want to take the time out to learn TSM, then I'd recommend checking out Zionic and Shayra's channel. I think Shay stopped updating her groups, but they should still work and be good for general use. And then Billis Anexia also has groups and operations for material flipping. I'm not sure if he shares those publicly, but I'd go check out his pastebin or ask him on Discord if you're interested in getting into material flipping. So that's going to be it for questions from this week. Remember that if you want to ask me anything, you can leave them in the comments of this video, and they may get answered and featured in next week's video. That's going to be it for this week's video. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, a huge shout out to my supporters on Patreon. I want to thank Notice2K for supporting the channel for over a year, and Elemental Gaming and Lionel for supporting the channel for over a year and a half, since the launch of my Patreon page. I also want to thank Hats for signing up for the Artifact Patreon tier this month, and it's been fun helping with gold making on his realm. If you'd like to support the channel, please be sure to check out my Patreon page linked in the description box below. Otherwise, I hope you all have a great week, and happy reset day and gold making. Late.